Welcome to the Shred the Spread podcast, episode 6, Picks Saturday. As promised, we are here again with my main man, Dynell. What's going on, man?
Yes, sir. What's going on? What's going on, audience? Shred the spread. Let's get it done today, man. Let's go ahead and let's get these money picks in. I'm ready to get
How
these
you
money
feeling,
picks
man? You
in.
feel good about your picks today?
Oh man, I feel absolutely fantastic, and I already know there's gonna be a couple you ain't gonna like, but I'm here for it.
Yeah, well,
But I'm here for it.
there's a couple we ain't gonna like because for the audience, this is actually our second time recording this. so,
Yeah,
the first time we
yeah,
had a little bit of audio issues, and we want to make sure we give you guys the top notch quality. So, uh, we are
of
going
course.
to we're not going to fly through this episode, but we are definitely going to abbreviate some stuff. We're going to get right to the point on the facts and what our picks are. We're going to briefly talk about the games that we have picks in, and then we're going to go over our favorite underdogs that we kind of put up together, and then we have also cooked a teaser up together. So instead of going head to head every episode, we are also going to combined pick underdogs that we like to bet on, and we're going to cook up a 3-team teaser. So let's hop right into it. The first game we're going to cover are the Jaguars and the Giants. And let me tell you, I can already tell we're going head to head. I have the Jaguars -3. Um, you're on the Giants +3. So first pick, we're already going head to head. I got to get my one back from last week. Why are you on the Giants this week? Tell me that.
Plain and simple. It's the hottest of all hot hands, man. I mean, the culture in New York right now just feels different, and you can just tell that win against the Ravens was a character win. You can just see the difference with Brian Dable running the show there than Joe Judge. I mean, God, that was a disaster. Um, they have a certain toughness with them right now, and it just feels like this is probably the most grip they've had since Tom Coughlin, when Tom Coughlin was at the helm, man. And they're going out there and they're doing their thing, man. I mean, shoot, you got to ride the hot hand. Yeah, man, it's the Jaguars. It's not like it's the Bills. So yeah, we're gonna take that +3 and run with it. Easy
Well,
money,
let's be real. Let's
easy,
be
easy
real.
money.
You know why the Giants are +3? Because they're frauds. Vegas doesn't trust them. You're getting points with a team that's 5-1. Give me a break. I've got the Jaguars -3. Doug Peterson is the head coach. Let's not forget that. He's faced this team. He's faced this Giants team plenty of times. He knows
Good
how
point.
sorry Dan Jones is.
That's a great
The only
point.
thing the Giants have is
Great point.
Saquon Barkley. And I think the Jaguars at home -3 for a reason. They get it done. I know it's an unpopular pick. I know a lot of people on the Giants, but I'm gonna stick with my guns this week, man. I didn't go with a lot of my leans in the Thursday episode last week. I'm staying with my guns. I'm staying true to what I believe, and I like the Jaguars -3. So we're already head to head. Great start. That moves us to the Falcons heading to Cincinnati. Cincinnati are 6.5 home point home favorites. Uh, Falcons are covering machines. I really don't have much to say. I love the Falcons in this spot. I've got AJ Terrell on the outside who has been locking shit down. He has had a rough game here and there, but overall, I think he's going to slow Jamar Chase down. I'm taking the Falcons +6.5. Do you have any action on this game?
I most certainly do not. I do believe in Joe Burr a little bit, and those weapons outside. The biggest thing with me is they are a very home run hitting team. They have a lot of explosiveness, but the consistency hasn't been there. The biggest thing that goes on with that is they run a lot of shotgun. It's easy to kind of be able to manipulate and read, pass, and stuff like that when you're coming out the gun and not, using the play action, and they need to get Joe Mixon going. That's the main thing it is. They need to get Joe Mixon going. They need to introduce some more of that play action to help that line help that line, you know, as far as keeping them guessing with the pressure. You know what I'm saying? The D line can't just rush the whole entire time for the passer and be aggressive if you're running the ball and running play action. So that's what I believe. And honestly, it's gonna be tough. Like I said, I'm not picking this game. Like I said, I mean the Falcons are money machines. I mean they've been bringing money to us all year long. 6-0, undefeated, never lost. So that's not a bad pick. But yeah, I'm staying away from this game. I'm,
Yeah,
I'm worried about that explosiveness.
yeah. I agree with what you said. I'm gonna ride the hot hand here. Falcons +6, 6.5. The Bengals have just been winning ugly games, and I think that's basically a product of the coaching. Zach Taylor isn't showing that he has the best capabilities with the clipboard. I think yeah,
None, yeah.
I think the Bengals win this game, but do I think they win by a touchdown? Absolutely not. I think it's going to be an ugly come from behind win potentially. Falcons, although the Niners were missing a lot of defensive players, they weren't missing many offensive players, and the Falcons defense was making plays. So I'm looking for another good spot in the
Great
Falcons
point.
plus 6.5. I'm gonna ride the wave, man. I'm gonna ride it till it bites me. Falcons plus 6.5 is my second pick.
Don't let it bite you
It ain't
now.
gonna bite me, man. Not this week.
Don't let
Not
it
maybe
bite you
next
now.
week. Not this week. Not this week. Um, the Carson-less Commanders are playing the Packers at home. Commanders are at home 5.5 or 5-point dogs. Um, I am on the Commanders +5 here. I love this spot. I think this line should be more so 2.5, 3 favorite to the Packers. The Commanders without Carson just I think they're better. I think Taylor Heineke is more mobile. I think he doesn't hold on to the ball as long. I think they'll be able to run play action and get Robinson involved. This guy is fighting for a job in the league right now. Like might be his last opportunity. I think Washington potentially wins this outright. A little bit of foreshadowing. They're one of our favorite underdog picks. And you're telling me
That's
like
what I like to hear. Yes, indeed.
Rodgers is laying 5 as a like he's on the road. Give me a break, man. Like, please tell me you're on the same side.
Man, you already know I'm on the same side. This is my team you're talking about here. Listen, the one thing about Commanders fans that Commanders fans know best is they know Taylor Heineke. And Taylor Heineke is a dog. Granted, he's not the most talented. We get that. You know, but at the same time, that's what's been haunting Carson Wentz is he has all the physicals and the whole intangibles and all this and that, all the makeup of a quarterback. But remember I said in the last podcast, he tries too much to play quarterback and not be a football player. Taylor Heineke is a football player.
And I love that.
Okay, he's an athlete. He will most certainly get out that pocket, and he's going to make the right plays. He's going to get it down there, and you can hear, and he has the swagger. I mean, yo, did you not hear what he said earlier? What he said earlier this week. He says, this is not the same Taylor Heineke that was playing last year. And man, I love that boy. I love that dog mentality. He went. I mean, he at home he did beat Tom Brady and the Buccaneers when they were what Super Bowl champ? Were they Super Bowl champ?
Yeah,
No, no, no,
I think
no, no, no.
they definitely went to the Super
Yeah,
Bowl that
yeah.
year, and I think they won.
They yeah, they went to the Super Bowl that year. They Taylor Heineke played them in the playoffs, lost by a touchdown. That's the game he separated his shoulder and really earned that starting job. And then he comes back the next year where of course the Rams won the Super Bowl. But he went in there and he pulled off an 11 minute 10 to 11 minute drive in the fourth quarter to seal the game against the Buccaneers. Like, are you kidding me? He I feel like this is what we need, a football player to really go out there and really get out the pocket and not sit there and try to force everything.
Yeah, I 100% agree. It's not like he's like some backup scrub. Like this dude was the starter for Washington. Last year. Um, I think they're better with Taylor Heineke, and I think this number is just overinflated for Carson being out. Like I I think the Packers laying 5 is ridiculous. Like we just saw what they did last week. We gotta remember Commanders are still getting pressure on quarterbacks. They have a lot of good pieces on that line. Their safety and defensive backs aren't bad. They're playing solid defense. It's just, score the ball, don't turn the ball over, and I think they'll be straight. Commanders +5 here is a great spot, and I would not be surprised they win outright. Um,
Indeed, 10 sacks in the last
that
2 weeks.
hey,
Just a little
let's
tidbit.
get 5 more. That takes us to Texans and the Raiders. Texans on the road, 7-point road dogs. Another really good spot. I think these teams they're very, similar offensively. Obviously, as you've mentioned, the Texans are like a poor man's Raiders. They have a very similar
Yeah,
defense.
yeah, great value.
Their Josh Jacobs is Damian Pierce. Their Devontae Adams, in a fucking semi world is Brandon Cooks. Their
Brandon Cooks.
their Hunter Renfro in a parallel universe is Nico Collins. So I mean, these teams are very similar. Darren Waller was banged up last time I looked. I'm not sure if he's playing, but regardless, I think
Defensively
these
looks good,
teams
yeah.
offensively match up really well, and I love the Texans +7. I would not be surprised if this this the spread goes to 7.5. A lot of bets are coming in on the Raiders. The public are hammering the Raiders, and I just don't understand. Like, the Raiders shouldn't be a 7-point favorite against the Texans, and to be honest, they shouldn't be a 7-point favorite against anybody. Like, which team are they laying 7 points against besides potentially Carolina? Carolina is probably the only team I think you could lay 7 points with the Raiders, and that's saying something. Um, but do you have any action in this game?
I don't have any action in this game just for that one simple reason, like you said it. But I believe they're due. All right, they're coming off a bye week. They're going to be fresh. Darren Waller is out, as you were talking about it. He is out for week 7.
Okay,
I had
that's
to take a look at
huge. That's
that.
huge.
So that's a big factor. That is huge, absolutely huge. But when you got Devontae Adams out there, Hunter Renfro out there, when you got Josh Jacobs running the ball like he is right now, top 5 rusher in the league, you got to come to a certain fact to the point where I feel like that offense is eventually going to explode and really show their dominance. Now, like I said, I'm gonna stay away from this game. I don't know if this is gonna be the game or not, but they're due. They are definitely due coming soon. Maybe not this week, but they are due.
Yeah,
I don't blame you for taking the Texans plus
yeah.
7. That
I,
boy Damian Pierce is a monster.
I definitely think this is more so I'm playing the number and not the team. Like, I just Raiders -7 seems like a joke, dude. I
Oh,
don't.
you learned
Yeah,
something. You learned something from last
yeah.
week. You learned something last week.
You know what, buddy? Uh, Texans, they're not going to win this game, but I think it's going to be close, and I think they keep it within a touchdown. I'll take a push. I'm probably going to wait a little bit and see if I can get this at 7.5 because the public's been so heavy on the Raiders, but I do like the Texans +7. Um, so let's go to one of the games you have action on. The Jets are traveling to the Broncos. Jets are 1-point road dogs. Where are you at in this game?
Well, you want to talk about hell games? You were talking about last week. Well, I'll take a hell game this week, man. My biggest thing is I'm gonna take the Jets. But just like how you was bringing up earlier, man, do you really trust Zach Wilson right now at this point? I mean, Brees Hall has been a monster. He has been a huge cover up for that offense, along with that defense. That defense is top 5. Sauce, I mean, not we could say top 5. Sauce Gardner is a dog. I mean, when he was walking around with that cheese head at Lambeau, that just lets you know what kind of confidence he has, man. That guy really believes in himself more than anything else, and honestly, I this Jets team makes me believers, man. These New York teams, they just got a different feel right now. I mean, that's the reason. That's the main reason why they're 4-2 and 5-1. So yeah, guess what? I'm gonna take my ass to that Subway. I'm gonna give me a nice little card there, a little Metro card, and I'm gonna ride that New York Subway all the way to the bag this week.
Yeah, I think you nailed it, dude. The Broncos are just bad, man. They're just bad. They're they
It's
have
so
an
bad,
offensive minded
so
head
bad.
coach, and they can't put up points. Their defense is carrying that team, and the Jets, they're doing it like Salah's doing a great job disguising Zach Wilson. He's not letting him commit turnovers. He's not putting him in terrible positions on like third and long. They're running the ball effectively. They're playing great defense, and their special teams are making plays every single game, and that's why they're winning these games. Like, it's not like they're just covering; they're winning these games. They just made the Packers look like a fool last week. Um, so I think you're definitely on the right side here. Even though the public is hammering the Jets, the sharp money is coming in on the Jets as well, and that doesn't happen too often. The sharps usually love fading the public, and they're both on the same side, so it says a lot about this Jets team. Um, I don't care if the Broncos are at home. I don't care if Russell Wilson plays or doesn't. Their backup quarterback, uh, Ripien, I think that's who it is, whatever his name is. Couldn't give a shit about him. He's not going to change that game. I think you hit it dead on. I'm staying away from this game, personally, just because like
Don't
I think
blame
it's
you.
two teams that are very
Don't blame you.
untrustful. But if I were to pick, I think I would lean the Jets. So I do agree with you on that one. So that is your second pick. We also have another game that you
It's
have.
only a, it's only a certain amount of
Yeah,
time.
for sure, 100% sure.
It's only a
Yeah,
certain amount of time before rest breaks out. Yeah, there's gonna be, but I don't know if it's this
yeah.
game though.
So this takes us to another game that you have action in. The Seahawks are traveling to the Chargers. Seahawks 5.5 road dogs. Where are you at?
I'm rocking with the 12 man, yo. Matter of fact, I'm the 13th man. I'm the 13th man in that group right now, man. I'm really rooting for the Seahawks, man. They have been really, really making a lot of people a lot of money here these past couple of weeks, taking those plus spreads and being underdogs. I mean, once again, they're underdogs, and the spread is what again?
5.5.
Plus 5.5. Plus 5.5. Yeah, come on now. It's one of those things, like you said. I'm riding the hot hand this week, man. There's just something about them underdogs, man. Them underdogs got good feels. I mean, those New York underdogs definitely been great feels these past. I mean, this whole season, honestly. And hey, man, why not take? I mean, why not take them? Why not take the Seahawks right now? The running game is consistently good, no matter who the running back is. They always have a slew of running backs, was what I like to say. And they got Geno Smith making the right plays out there, making the nice, easy, simple passes. I mean, he really honestly brought Tyler Lockett back. And I thought Tyler Lockett was done once Wilson got traded. But, I mean, Geno's doing his thing. Geno's getting the ball to him. He's getting to his playmakers, and he's making the right plays, man. And it's hard to go against a Pete Carroll led Seahawks team.
Yeah, I mean the Seahawks are they're just playing above what I believe everybody had them listed as. They're not a bad team. I think the one thing that Geno Smith is doing really well is he's getting comfortable in the pocket and he's stepping up and he's finding his playmakers. Like we talked about a few episodes ago, he's getting the ball to Tyler Lockett and DK, and they're making plays. They're getting the ball out of his hands. They're running the ball effectively, and when they lose, it's not even like ugly losses. It's either a shootout or just the other team made a play. Like the Seahawks, I think people had very, very low expectations for, and they've definitely surpassed mine. So, like you said,
Oh yeah,
this has been the
yeah,
trend.
no doubt.
Yeah, it's been the trend this year. You got to ride the hot hand. The team getting the points is, you know, they're winning outright a lot more than they're losing. And, I, again, I just don't see how you can lay 5.5 with the Chargers after that performance against the Broncos. The Chargers start off so slow, and it's almost like Herbert doesn't get rhythm until halftime. Is that a
Which is
direct
weird.
reflection upon the coaching? I mean, I'm not a big fan of Staley, but Justin Herbert is exceptionally talented. So I don't think it's a talent issue. Maybe it's personnel potentially. Keenan Allen, a game time decision. Usually when that happens, he doesn't play, and if he
Yes.
does play, like we were saying, he's going to be on
Yeah,
the snap count. Um, so I think the Seahawks are definitely the right side. Let's go.
yeah, man. It's just Pete Carroll versus man. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
Staley.
exactly. He's
Yeah,
stale as
that's
shit.
his name right there.
um, So
Stale
this
shit right
takes us
now.
to one of the final games that we both have a pick in. We are on opposite sides. What's new? Uh, the Chiefs are heading to San Fran to face the 49ers.
A bigger game than it sounds, man. A way
Oh,
bigger game than
hundred
that
percent.
game
You
sounds.
know, just statistically and morally, like these teams are both coming off. Not granted, the 49ers are coming off a pretty big loss, but they're missing some key players. But Patrick Mahomes just got come from behind on by the Bills. And, he had a really, really bad interception at the end of the game on the potential game winning drive. And I definitely think he's out for blood. But you're on the Chiefs -2. I'm on the Niners +2. So we have another head to head. This is becoming a trend between us. Um, I hope this doesn't have any bad blood once I go 2-0 versus you this week. But yeah,
Yeah, you funny, buddy.
49ers.
You know I love you, but that ain't gonna
The
happen.
49ers are getting a lot of their defensive players back. Verrett is on pace to play. Nick Bosa, I saw, was trending to play. Armstead, I believe, was trending to
Huge,
play. Um,
huge,
that's huge. That is 100% huge. But
absolutely
but
huge.
like we were saying, you can use the same reasoning for both of these teams. They're both coming off losses. They're both in really good spots. They really want to get this win. But I like Kyle Shanahan as an underdog off a loss. He is great against the spread. I think it's something like 12-3-1. Um, I love this spot for the Niners, and I think the public is going to be all over the Chiefs. I was extremely surprised when the public was all over the Chiefs and the Niners line moved the opposite way. So I definitely think that's the books taking a strong stand on the Niners. So I'm taking Niners +2. Uh, why are you on the Chiefs?
Plain and simple. Pat Mahomes, man. Honestly, the only team I really saw Patrick Mahomes losing to was the Bills. That's how great he is. That's how special a talent he is. I believe Travis Kelsey hasn't been himself these past 2 weeks. I mean, granted, he had 4 touchdowns in that 1 week 2 weeks ago, but he only had 25 receiving yards. I feel like he's gonna have a bigger day. He's gonna have to, honestly, if he wants to get to this if he wants to get to this 49ers defense. I mean, that front line is back. That front line's not missing no more. That whole front D line is back, and they are coming for blood as well. So honestly, you just gotta go. You just gotta go with who you feel. All right, Mahomes is probably the most talented quarterback in the game. And granted, he doesn't have that big time receiver like Tyreek Hill, but man, he knows how to spread it, and he's proven himself this year. So I mean, hey, you gotta rock with it, man. And honestly, with these players coming back from injury too, it's not like gonna be they're not it's not like gonna be 100% right off the go. You know, I really feel like I really feel like the Chiefs have a chance to expose that defense in a way. Not stating the fact that they're bad, but they're gonna be gassed a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Getting back into football shape. So that's why I picked the Chiefs
Yeah,
on
I
that.
mean, that's always a good reason, dude. I'm picking the Chiefs because of Patrick Mahomes. Like, it sounds crazy, but it's the truth. Patrick Mahomes is one of the most talented quarterbacks this game has ever seen. He's more athletic than
We're a
people
-2,
see, and like 2 points doesn't sound like anything, but
two
I
points.
think, I think, I think this is going to come down to a game-winning field goal or like a backdoor touchdown. Like, I think these 2 points are extremely critical, and for the betterment of our head-to-head, I could see a push. I could definitely see a Chiefs 2-point win. I was really surprised that this line didn't move the other way and go 49ers plus 3.5, but the books are making a strong stand. And hey, I would rather be on the side of the sports book any day of the week. So give me the 49ers plus 2. So I believe that's all the games we got covered. So just a quick recap. Um, Myself, I am on the Jaguars -3. I am on the Falcons plus 6.5, Commanders plus 5, Texans plus 7, and 49ers plus 2. Dynell is on the Giants plus 3, Jets plus 1,
Money,
Seahawks plus 5.5,
money,
and Chiefs
bigger
minus
money,
2. So
and Biggie Bag. There it
let's
is.
get into our new segment on Saturday. It's our favorite underdogs. Um, this we didn't have to conversate very long. We were pretty much on the same page, and we said these two teams practically at the same exact time. So why don't you go ahead and
See,
tell them what our two favorite underdogs of Week 7 are?
let me tell you something, man. Great minds think alike. They really, really do, man. And there are two underdogs. The first underdog is, of course, my Washington Commanders plus 5.5, right? Plus five.
Yeah, but
Oh, I'm
we're
sorry, I keep forgetting
yeah,
the
yeah,
spread first.
they're plus 5, but underdogs, we're gonna
Plus
take them
five.
straight on the money line. We think these teams are gonna win outright.
Yes, indeed. Straight off the bat, man. And then we got the Seattle Seahawks as the other underdogs who's going to win straight out. I mean, these are two, high value plays. We believe, like I said, these teams are going to win outright and a chance to win you just straight outright money. Because that's what this play is all about. I think what does $50 give you, Jared? I think you ran the calculations on the that app.
I think
You know,
50
what do
bucks
we
wins like
have? What does 50 win
350.
you?
So 50 wins
50 bucks
like
win you
350, I
350.
believe.
Two games, two games, two underdogs that have the
350.
absolute
Yeah.
potential to just go out. I'm sorry, 350. My apologies. 350 to just have you outright just win straight money just like that. I mean, like I said, you know my picks. I know, you guys know I think the Seahawks are going to win outright, and Jared believes the Commanders are going to win outright. Now, granted, I didn't bet that game, but I believe the same way. And that's just another way to go and making some cash on you. So I'm about to play that in the sports book. You already know that.
Yeah, like
Get that trip to Ocean down.
as as we've been seeing, underdogs have been the trend of the NFL this year. Um, they're winning outright, they're covering the spread, and I think both these teams are in really good spots. Commanders are playing a struggling Packers team, and the Seahawks are playing a Chargers team who is wishy-washy. So, I mean, I would not be surprised if both these teams went outright. Um, but we have also cooked up a 3-team teaser. I can
Let them know.
what?
I said, let them
Let them
know.
know. The 3-team
Let them
teaser.
know.
I'll tell you what. This first piece of the teaser might be one of my favorite teaser pieces I've seen in a while. The first leg of the 3-team teaser is the New England Patriots -3. Love this spot. They just whooped the Browns' ass last week. They're playing the Bears on Monday Night Football. Bill Belichick primetime covering 3 points. Give me a break. Patriots -3.
And for some reason, why the Bears are still there. I don't still know why they're prime time, but
Yeah, dude. They love the
that's just
Broncos and the
me.
Bears, man. Prime time. They just, I don't know, dude. NFL got to start flexing these games. Um, the second leg of the 3-team teaser is the Falcons plus 12.5. They're spread covering machines. What do we have to say? They're 6-0 ATS. They are playing the Bengals team, which has been
Undefeated
non-dominant.
Bengals.
There are a lot of come from behind wins to cover. I believe the Bengals win this game, but do they win this game by 13 points? Absolutely not. Falcons plus 12.5.
Nope.
And the third and final leg of our 3-team teaser that we cooked up for you guys, Colts
Drum
plus
roll.
8.5. Frank Reich on the road in Tennessee, I believe, is 8-2, something like that. His last 10. Um, that's
I believe you're right.
incredible. But we're getting the Colts at plus 8.5. They're getting
Incredible.
Jonathan Taylor back. They're getting Naeem Hines back. Matt Ryan just had a tremendous game last week. Threw the ball almost 60 times with no interceptions. You're telling me Matt Ryan's figuring out how to play football again? You got Michael Pittman on the outside. Give us the Colts plus 8.5. I think the Colts honestly win this game if we're following trends, which, um, you know, trends in a sample size you gotta pick your spots. But if we are following the trends, the Colts win this game. Colts are 2.5 plus 2.5 for a reason. In Tennessee, so I love it. Patriots -3, Falcons plus 12.5, and Colts plus 8.5 is our 3-team teaser. That 3-team 6-point teaser is plus 150. So $100 would win you 150 for a total payout of 250. And again, our favorite underdogs for week 7 that we like are the Commanders facing the Packers and the Seahawks who are facing the Chargers. Um, so once again, just briefly, I am on the Jaguars -3, Falcons plus 6.5, Commanders plus 5, Texans plus 7, and Niners plus 2. Me and Dino are going ahead on 2 games. Dino, one of the head-to-heads is the Giants plus 3, and the other head-to-head for Dino is Chiefs -2. And then his other 2 picks are Jets plus 1.5 and the Seahawks plus 5.5. Um,
Smell like money to
yeah,
me.
I think there's a lot of money to be made this week. We got to have a good bounce back week. I went 2-3. What did you go last week?
I think what, three and
Three and
two?
two. So
Yeah, three, yeah, three
yeah.
and two.
So I mean, I was one game away. That Saints backdoor cover from the Bengals was disgusting. So I was one game away from being profitable for 5 bets, but luckily I had most of my money tied up into those late games. And you went 3-2. Hey, 3-2 every week is winning. You're winning money betting like that. But let's hit these underdogs. Let's hit this teaser. Let's hit our bets. Besides the one we're going head to head on because I'm definitely winning those. Ha ha ha! Getting my one back. But hopefully you guys didn't think we rushed through this. This, like I said earlier, this was our second time recording this. We had some mic issues, but we wanted to make sure you guys got some good quality. But we got our picks, we got our underdogs, we got our teaser. And Dino was back. He's going to be on the Thursday and Saturday for now on for the
I'll be
foreseeable future.
back,
Um,
back again.
and then, as the schedule
Yeah.
pertains, next episode will be just myself recap Monday. We will go over all the picks. We will go over Monday Night Football, and we'll see what's cooking there. So, Dino, as always, it's been a pleasure, man. Thanks for hopping on with me. Thanks for recording this again with me. I think this was
Oh, bro, come on,
this
man.
was definitely the right option, man. But you know, analytics have been showing we're doing well, man. We're getting some really good reviews, some really good ratings, and that reminds me, if you guys did enjoy this episode, please leave us a review, leave us a rating. Anything is good, positive or negative.
Please,
We
please
want to
do.
we
Share
want to
it.
know how we're growing. And also a big shout out to our friend Shane and our friend George. You guys sharing and listening and giving us feedback.
G
That
Money,
that's it truly means the world to us, man.
GBIZ.
We enjoy doing this. We're not looking to get anything crazy out of this, but we do enjoy this, and we do enjoy every one of you guys taking the time to listen to us, giving your feedback. But if you want to keep up with the podcast, you can follow us on Twitter at @ShredTheSpread_. You can also follow us on TikTok. We're trying to get some more content out there, and that is Shred the Spread. Dino, before we wrap up, do you have anything to say to the people?
Oh, you already know. Hey, everybody, I want y'all to point to Vegas and tell Vegas to bring me my
Yes, sir,
money.
man. Smells like money. Week
We about to get
7,
that bag.
money. This has been the Shred the Spread podcast, episode 6. Already 6 episodes. Pick Saturday. Thank you guys so much for tuning in,
Already in.
and
Good
we
bless, man.
will see you Monday.
See y'all later, man. See y'all next week.